Well, we're back. This is going to be a all in the evening. This is going to be book club, and we're this close to getting the last of the stuff from the Abbey grounds, and I think it's time we retried those symbols that we have at the standing stone. So I think we should do that. I did a little checking on the web to see where some of the last things I need in journals. There's not much. I think there's only 3 journals and 2 tarot cards. So I think we could find them. So let's give that a whirl. And commence with book club.
Book club tonight. You in?
Meet you there.
Let's head over.
Okay, let's start with Cap.
I like this book, but I can't explain why.
Okay.
Maybe I'll figure it out as we discuss it.
Yeah, well, you whined a lot and we got 1 star today. You were not in any danger. You weren't vulnerable or anything. And you cried a lot like a baby. I'm very surprised. So,
Hunter.
a lot of things you don't know about yourself, I think.
I should not be this nervous about what you all thought of the book. Even the best translations from Cree lose subtext.
Is this it? This is it? Should you...
Everyone's in a mood to mingle. Go ahead. We can start whenever. Ready to kick this off?
Yeah.
I am ready.
Carol, this was your book, so you can start.
I'll throw it back to you. What did you think of the book?
I had a rough time with it.
You didn't like it?
Didn't say that. At first I've spent more time referencing the glossary than reading the book.
Sounds familiar. What changed?
I noticed a kind of rhythm to the words. I began to see them as lyrics to a song. All that dry talk faded and it finally came together. The lyrics made it feel much bigger than a chapter on Cree farming implements.
This book was about much more than farming.
Exactly. The rhythm to it helped paint a bigger picture. Once I caught on, I kept reading and didn't rely on the glossary. I picked everything up from context. That's when I realized none of this was about farming. I'm surprised how much stuck with me, despite some concepts being legit alien to me.
Agreed. For me, the rhythm wasn't lyrics. It was more like the book was written to a cadence.
That's why I had you read it on your Spark. The mnemonic lexicon won't work with a hard copy.
The what now?
An ancient Cree technique. It helps you remember texts that would otherwise be considered... There's no Cree word for stuffy, but essentially that. But all that's packaging. Let's get into the book itself. Hunter, did you figure out what the bloom and the harvest represent?
The bloom represents the range of a fortress. The harvest happens when enemies enter that range.
That's one vital part. You're right, the bloom can represent overlapping fields of fire, but it's more than one concept. At the time of the book's writing, the Cree cared most about integrating captured territory while still expanding their empire. Conquered worlds came with people. Rather than treat them as prisoners, the Cree provided them with most benefits enjoyed by Cree citizens. This period is known as the cultivation.
So the bloom was when they gained full citizenship under their conquerors.
No, it's when the world requested it. As long as they could feed themselves with Kree farming techniques and defend their world with Kree defenses, the request was granted with few exceptions.
So what's the harvest?
As part of the service required by the Empire, many of these new citizens began the cultivation of freshly conquered worlds.
So they were living examples. Show the newly conquered what they could achieve if they went along with the Empire.
That's also how vampires work.
Carol, I think I pieced together the Kree strategy.
Do tell.
It's all tied to agriculture. Every soldier knows you can't fight if you can't eat, but they applied this to their expansion. Till the field, sow the seed, pull the weed, reap the crop. It means the Kree wouldn't advance until the territory they took was secure and productive.
If your enemy knows how you will act, they can prepare.
Certainly, for other spacefaring empires. But most worlds had no idea the Kree existed until the invasion was underway. But the Kree expansion had momentum. They could afford to push harder because their whole weight was behind the advance. Unless a world could push just as hard, it would eventually fall under Kree control. Carol, how was that?
Close enough to impress me. The strategy in Volume 32 wasn't perfect, but it worked out for the Kree far more often than it failed.
What happened when it failed?
That's covered in Volume 33.
And that's book club. Steve, you're up next. What's your book?
The Mantle of Authority, by General Chester Phillips.
Is this the one you keep saying I should read?
The very same. Now you have to. It's book club.
Well, well, well.
I hope you enjoy the book I chose.
Why do you say that?
It's about people who weren't around until after your death. But I'm sure you'll figure out the context.
So why choose this book?
Volume 30 was way too spicy for this crowd.
Go on.
I'm kidding. It's relevant to what we're facing today. Hydra, the Lilith, your mom, they seem to have the upper hand all over the world.
Sure, but I want to hear more about that spicy book.
I guarantee you don't. Ancient Kree takes on population husbandry are, let's call it, mechanically quaint.
Right, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how spicy?
-5. Ration paste bland, apartment wall vanilla, hotel art banal, even the diagrams are boring.
How so?
It's all geometric shapes. Until I realized they were representational, I was extremely confused about Kree biology. Let's just say that I can never look at an octagon the way I used to.
Okay.
Okay, just between us. Carol's book was extremely weird, right?
Well, it was alien.
I learned a thing or two.
What, how to grow turnips on the moon?
That is harsh.
I didn't think it was that bad. But interstellar agriculture as a metaphor for planetary conquest, not what I expected.
Well, I thought it was educational at the very least.
You cannot let her know what you really think.
Really? I don't care to lie, especially to someone I'm into.
You do not need to lie, but you can deflect. Just do not offer your unvarnished opinion.
I don't know. She seems to respect people who are upfront with her.
Why take that risk?
Maybe you're right. Thanks, Hunter.
Of course.
Well, as somebody who likes
You
to
leaving?
as someone who likes to dabble between light and dark to get people to tune in properly, and Carol is one of those you really do want to impress. Don't use your unvarnished opinion. Yeah, I'm going.
I am taking off.
Peace.
Whoa, okay. Quick jab. We like quick jabs, especially when they're upgraded and yeah. We wanted that one.
Great choice, Carol. Good meeting.
Oh, an upgraded deadly
I'm glad
ground.
you like the book.
Yeah, it was different.
Hey, I know we have another book to read, but do you have any free time beyond that?
I could find some time.
Aw, those two.
Good, because I want to hear your thoughts on Volume 50.
What now?
Volume 50 of the Kavat Koth. It's entirely about Kree agricultural practices, but it builds on the metaphor. It's essential reading before Volume 89.
Volume 89?
Yep, small unit tactics in zero-gravity environments. It's a real page-turner.
Sounds like it.
So you have time to read them?
Yes, that's what I said.
Great. When you're done, we can talk about it, like a mini book club.
Great.
I'd be interested too.
Oh, come
Great.
on. He keeps doing
Maybe
that.
we should ask everyone.
Oh, the hunter's real busy. No time to read about space corn.
That's a shame.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to go. My dog won't talk to me. I can't. I tried several times hitting the letter R there. It did not happen. Okay, so we have a lot of things to think about here. Oh, wait a minute. One of them to think about was, I understand, here. So let's go take a look. As far as I know, one of the cards I'm looking for is supposedly in this area. Tarot card, the Star. Nova rises up into the starry night sky, surrounded by stars that represent the support of his team. This card represents serenity and hope for the future. It is an optimism card from my own studies, so that's one down. There's only one more tarot card left to do. I don't know entirely. I have notes. My notes say that the other one is at the altar. At Agatha's altar. Okay. Now that we've got a map to zoom to. So, it said it was at the altar, so, but I also see I am at, well, I said I wouldn't open these until, so, this is where I usually hang out. I see it on the other side. I didn't know it was right here hiding. We finished the tarot deck. Let's see what we got here. Justice. She-Hulk proudly holds the scales of justice in one hand, her briefcase in the other, ready to face the courtroom. This card represents justice and fairness in righting the wrongs of the world. Well, they should have thought of that before they made the TV show. Mysterious tarot cards found throughout the Abbey and its grounds complete. Stuff and things. Ta-da! I feel very accomplished for that. Now, the next thing I was going to look for... Tarot, justice, element. Okay, so we got the tarot stuff. We were going to go. I was going to go. The standing stones. For some reason, the icons that were displayed in Lilith's garden in the basement did not work before, and I thought maybe we should try it again. Maybe the game need to go to a certain place. So that's the first one. The other one is that one over on the other side opposite. Okay, and next is a triangle. What looks like the guy is working out. In my head, that's what it's looking like. We're doing the same things we did before. This is exactly the sequence it shows. Then there's this this thing over here, like a vaulting. And then there's one more left. Is it going to make a difference now that we've been through a few things and let the game go through stuff?
That did not work.
So, that doesn't make sense. That's exactly what it shows here. Unless I'm supposed to do it backwards? I don't think so. I mean, I could do it from right to left instead of left to right if that makes a difference, but this is exactly the display I see. No, let me do that. Let me do it backwards. You're first. Alright, and I'm going to do the funny vaulting thing. Alright, and then I'm going to do the triangle with the guy. It looks like the guy working out. Alright, and then it's going to be the upside down moon thing. And then we're going to go on to the mountain last instead. Alright.
I should try a different combination.
See, now that doesn't make sense, right? That's exactly what I have from the display down in the basement, unless something is incomplete and has to complete before I can use that. But usually when you see it, it should work. So, what's missing? That's the big question, isn't it? So, somewhere around here, if we look around carefully, is supposed to be another journal page in this immediate area. So let's look carefully at surfaces around this area. For a page. Do I see anything? I really don't. And we have several paths. Could be anything here. We did find something else recently. I did all these things later, so I wasn't up to this at this point in the story. But should that even matter? Should that even be a reason? Once you discover that and get the display of the runes or icons or whatever, you should be able to use it, right? I'm assuming. Not seeing anything out here in the stone terrace. Oh, however, look what we found here.
There must not be anything here.
Okay. Closer, with feeling.
Autumn reveals all.
around here. I mean, look, that's something I'd never seen before. There were some spots here that I just never took. I mean, usually a journal page would be obvious. Now I'm really wondering. It looks like if there was a journal page, I would have taken it here, but so that is weird. Supposed to be something sitting on a rock outside and not something that would be in a cavern. So that's something I'll have to look into deeper, since apparently the description isn't enough. Let's see now, what else is there? That failed. So so we got the tarot cards. And we got... Now also, there's supposedly a cave in Dreamer's Descent. And we've been to a cave where a witch had a hiding spot. And I thought we had been to that. But maybe there's some other cave? And in that cave, apparently, I was sure we had been to something like that already. I thought it was something, you know, I thought it was the one in here, up here. There's a cave, right? But apparently in the cave, which I've been in, there is a journal entry that I did not get. I thought I've been here. I don't see a journal entry anywhere. If there was, remember we had to come here because we had to gather witch's blood for a ritual for Agatha. So it's very odd that he asked me to do this. This is the only cave I know of here in Dreamer's Descent, and anything I had I got already, but it was pretty specific that the one I was looking for would be here, which is a bit odd. So I'm gonna have to look into that again. I mean, this doesn't count as a cave, so I don't think so. We just recently opened it and it got its own entry. So, what's the next thing? Oshtur's cavern has something as well. That was one of the first floodgates we were in. It was on the side here. I thought it was near the shop. no, that's the garden. So we went the opposite. We want to go down here to the side of the... That's the hell ride in there. That's the shop. Where's the... I know this area is where we had our first cave for our challenge for Oshtor. Oh, by the way, we haven't checked this out yet. There's now a there's takeout stuff. He's really into unicorns, isn't he? Deadpoolooza. Okay. Chimichangas for the whole family. That's funny. I'm surprised the Bloodgate doesn't show up here. I don't think it was this, but you know, I'll check. Is this Oshtor's cavern? Am I just... Yeah, maybe it is. Okay. So there's an altar somewhere in the area, and that altar supposedly has some kind of journal page on it. I've gotten that before in other... Oh, look what I forgot. Wanda's journal. Agatha was just as surprised as I was when it happened. Those shrines out on the grounds, the blood magic. You're not supposed to just walk right in there. But once again, well, here we are. She told me not to worry. But how can I not worry? Trying to gain the blessing of Oshtor without facing her trial? I didn't even know what I was looking for, really. Just some way I could help. Whatever, at least now I can get into Magic's room when she locks me out. Ah, so we're still missing one that's somewhere out on those stones. That's a bit curious that I can't find it. But we got that, and so we're missing something in a cave in Dreamer's Descent, but I thought we had it already. And Wanda has one last entry at the Standing Stones. So, the description says exactly on a rock next to the path. So I don't know what that means. Okay, so we gotta get out the other way. Go. Whee! With a hunter, we could do that without injuring ourselves. Yay. So... Oh, was there anybody else who wanted to talk or anything? I guess not. They're mostly in the common room. Including Strange. Thank you. Today you're not out and thinking about jumping off a cliff. Thank you for that. A little less stress there. Standing stones on a rock next to the road. Ah. What am I supposed to think of here? I'm game to just cut this and start again for, you know, overnight. Oh. Some interesting areas of the Abbey we haven't seen.
Well met, Hunter.
Hey, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to cut the stream because this was strictly for book club and for attempting to locate stuff. We did locate some things. I'm just unwilling to, say, for instance, open the chest that's in the basement of, in the basement of, or crypt of Lilith's garden, because I want to make sure I have everything and then do it. It's a bit frustrating that you just can't get that far, but we'll figure it out. Thanks for watching, and the next one will have a story mission. Take care. And I found everything else. I found the darndest places, very obscure spots, but I did find the last two journal pages I was looking for. And now I think I want to open up those chests that are downstairs. Is there anything to pick down here? Yeah, I see. Legendary blueprint, lots of stuff. And this supposedly has a Salem suit? Or a legend suit? It's not even saying it, it just did something. So I don't know if we've actually gotten this item. We do have a Salem suit now. And it's complete all mystery regions in the Abbey grounds. So we do have the Salem suit now. This is a... It almost looks like the suit that I started with when I was first the hunter. So it looks like the chainmail one I was born with. I was like resurrected in. So when we look at this, ooh, schmancy schmancy. You could have a cape on and off, right? It really depends on the color of the cape and what, you know, what the other stuff has. They're not new. These are just more color things. So, but right now we are still, well, you know what? I don't mind showing this thing off. Let's see if we can open now. See, now I'm more inclined to open a couple of chests and see what we get from that. So the Salem one has been unlocked. See, this is what I have. Right? This is exactly the sequence I've been trying, and it has not worked. I don't understand it. I hope it's just not a bug I can't get past. It would be very frustrating. But yeah, that worked. We finished that. Yeah, we're not done with mystery stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of little things here and there that we haven't gotten to, or have to what's the word? They have to unveil as we go through the story. There will be mysteries. Not too worried about that. So this is gonna be spliced to complete the rest of the Abbey grounds hunt. I might look through that and see if there's anything worth cutting for brevity.
Nice shirt. Too bad you had to die for it.
So, you know, we did not say hi to the dog today, did we? Maybe in the morning we did. But with everybody gone from the library, maybe she's still there. Whoa. Oh, you guys are still hanging out? Oh, goodness. You don't mind if I say hi to my dog, do you? I guess Charlie's...
I will see if I can find you a treat later.
Sorry, guys. The camera's acting funny on me. I think I'm trapped. Was that a new entry here? There's a new entry again. Note from Hunter to Agatha. This is the painting. You must hold it for me. Disenchant it, destroy it. I do not know. I do not care. It is following me. I have put it in a locked chest, and when I wake up, it is lying unrolled on the floor beside my bed. When I told Sarah, she looked as if she had been struck. She seemed to forget herself for a moment, and she told me that it was Lilith's favorite painting. She then said that she never cared for de la Tour and promptly walked away. I cannot burden caretaker with this. For whatever reason, this painting will not leave me be. I think I should like to live in a non-enchanted house one day, if only for a year or two. One day or a year or two. But they're talking about this painting. Well, it is a creepy painting. Oh, new stuff here. Whoa. I was gonna go to bed. Notes from Wanda Maximoff. Tormented Spirits, August 1994. That predates all the stuff we've been seeing in journals. The victims of Salem been calling to me these last few evenings. I have spent the last nights shifting over to my astral state to find them at the base of the hanging tree, still bound in spectral form, clutching one another and sobbing. Each night I managed to get a bit closer to them, but not before the eldritch fires consumed them. Night after night, these tortured souls relive the immolation they suffered at the hands of Hiram Shah. I shall continue to try. I believe I can put an end to their suffering. That is interesting. That showed up when it did. Anyway, I think we're set. By the way, I've noticed in my streams, I often have my cursor in the middle. It's not something I'm aware of. I think the game keeps snapping it back to the center of the screen.
We need to take care of each other more than ever.
So I'm a bit... Well, I have to be more aware of it so that I don't keep having... I don't know why it's happening, so I'll figure that out. But until then, we're gonna sleep as soon as I get up in the next stream, we'll do our morning stuff, and then we're going to do a story mission. Till then, thank you again for watching. These will be cut together and edited up, so there's a little more progress. Take care.